you. Well, wind looks like it's coming up again Thursday, so for now we may have to come back Wednesday.
Okay.
To take Zephyrus up. And back to the causeway. Seems so strange to be here with no poem. Anyway, tomorrow morning, crack of dawn, we're off taking Zephyrus up for a haul out. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Cheers. Well, this is the last night I'll have this unbelievably beautiful homecoming for a little while. It's an awesome spot. It's an awesome spot. Ahoy, Zephyrus!
Oh, it's warm up here.
Too warm?
I think.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hold with me. Cheers. And good very early morning to you from the Port of Sydney Marina, where we spent the night last night. Absolutely fabulous. It was blowing nasty yesterday. Anyway, we're slipping our lines here in a few minutes to head out to our haul out, and hopefully the travel lift is ready for us as we pull in. right then, so it's finally stopped raining. I can get to work here. And as I said during the Haulout, I cannot believe how good this paint has held up and how well the bottom has held up. Honestly, it looks like I painted it yesterday. Anyway, I'm just so thrilled. We do have some rust issues, and we have some bleeders, as there always are. I think the first haul out there were 120 bleeders on this boat, and you can see we have a dozen or so, and I'll go through the process of dealing with those for those of you who haven't seen it. But I'm still just so amazed at how well the bottom looks and how well it's held up. Really, really, really amazing. Okay, time to get down to the nitty-gritty. All right then, so here's a perfect example of a bleeder. You can probably recognize that there is a round bung there, and what's happened is moisture has gotten in past the bung or possibly from the other side, and it's rusted the fastener in there. Now you might say, well, why is it rusting? They're supposed to be galvanized boat nails. Well, they are, but sometimes they get nicked, or they were nicked when they were first installed. For one reason or another, some small portion of them is rusty. And what I need to do is remove the bung, or whatever this is, might be filler, dig it all out, clean out all the rust, and then treat it. Okay, well, that's just filler, so that wasn't very effective. So the next thing I'll work on is with a little burr on the drill and kind of clean it up in there. Okay, now for the secret weapon. This is a short length of wire rope, stainless steel wire rope that I cut off a coil I have to do the steering for Geordie. And so what I do is I'll chuck this up in the drill. And what I have now is a very, very effective wire brush. Okay. Okay, so if I can let you have a look at that. You can see I've pretty much got it cleaned up. You can see that the nail head is now nice and shiny. The rust is largely all gone. I'm going to clean up a little more up under in here, and then I'm fairly certain I'll be able to treat this properly. I have to do all the bleeders to this stage before I go to the next stage, because it's an epoxy stage and it's a bit of a batch process. Now here, these aren't really exactly bleeders, but water is coming through, probably from the inside from condensation, and it's bringing out some rust from some fasteners that are in behind here. Now I can't fix this the same way, but what I'm going to do, this is a butt, and along here is a seam, and I'm just going to expose these by stripping them, and then I'm going to clean them out a bit, reef them, and put some sealant in there to hopefully reduce the chance of them continuing to leak. Now this is actually a tight seam. These boats are tight seamed above the waterline. In other words, there's no caulking or paying in it. The red cedar is just clamped tight. So I don't want to make too big a groove in here, just enough to carry a little bit of sealant in here. And we'll let that dry out a bit. I've opted to take out a few more, even ones that are just starting, because I'm either going to do them this year or I'm going to do them next year. Alright, so having marked 6 inches up from the top of the boot stripe, which is this beautiful green stripe just at the waterline, the boot stripe is the first section to sand off, because it's the first section that goes back on. In other words, that paint is painted before the bottom paint and the top painted, so you just put one 3-inch piece of tape on here and it acts as masking for both. And we're going to do this in turbo mode. The boot stripe is sanded and ready to be repainted as soon as it dries out a little more. All the bleeders have been dug out, letting them dry a little more. Really not bad for day one, and I'm here by myself today, so I felt relatively productive. I'm beat, it's shower time. Well, good morning. Well, we lost the day yesterday. It rained all day, but today we should get back to it. It rained this morning and it's calling for more rain, but we gotta get going on this. So today I'm gonna start sanding the hull, which is an utter misery, especially this huge flare up at the bow. But that big old Bosch sander will do a pretty good job of it. Can't advance at all on the bleeders or anything else because everything is just too wet. Okay, muscle day. Now Lady Zephyrus has a tough job today too. In fact, sanding the transom and sanding off the name. How does that feel?
Well, I sanded everything around it.
That's right.
Because it felt really weird to take the name off the boat.
I know, eh?
But you got to do it.
That's the thing about a sticker. It's got to go every time you refinish the transom.
I think next time I'll make it a bigger sticker.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully they're spicy enough.
Well, you said you put more spice than you've ever put before?
No. Where's the fenster?
Right on your right there.
Oh, good boy. Could you lie down? So good. I'm so excited.
To a successful day, to a fantastic meal. Cheers.
Cheers.
And good morning. So, port side, top sides all sanded, ready for work on the bleeders and fairing and a couple little spots. The problem is it's just too wet. It rained overnight and it's going to rain all day tomorrow. So all we can really do is sand and hope things are going to improve. So starboard side today. Oh, my arms are beat. Okay. That's the starboard side sanded. That's a piece of work, I can tell you. Anyway, I'm pretty pleased with it. Yeah.
One of the more satisfying Haulout moments.
It's lovely stuff.
Oh my God. I've never done it like this before.
Much easier.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
Watch out, we got wet paint on the end here now. Okay, the weather is drying up just enough. I think I can dry out all the bleeders and get them epoxied today, which is fantastic. I've just put some 291 in this butt seam here, as well as a few other places, and a little bit of a prime. I think we're in good shape. Okay, so what I do, I make a little dam because I'm going to put git rot, which is a very thin epoxy similar to CPES, clear penetrating epoxy sealer, but I don't want it running out all over down the hull. So what I make is a little tape dam that I can easily close quickly once I start brushing in the git rot. And that's easily done. All over the head of the bolt, all up in everywhere, and then seal it in. Very satisfying, actually. Pouring rain all night, pouring rain all morning. Anyway, it's just lit up, and so Lady Zephyrus and I are going to tag team with heat guns because we really have to get this boot stripe painted soon, because it needs 2 coats and we can't carry on with anything else until we get to that. Anyway, dry. All right, the rain has just stopped this morning, and I think we're finally going to get dry weather for a little bit. So yesterday we put on a ton of fairing. It's been 5 years since this boat has had any attention to the top sides. So today is sanding that out again, and maybe a little more.
What day is today?
What day is today?
What day is today?
Today is the 7th anniversary
of owning Zephyrus.
of owning Zephyrus. It was exactly 7 years ago today that Lady Zephyrus bought the Zephyrus. Okay. Just finished sanding out the fairing and cleaning up, and it's raining again. I mean, it's actually raining pretty hard. Oh. Anyway, it's going to be one more run of fairing, but not much actually. I know it looks terrible, but you'd be surprised. It's actually pretty smooth. Okay, lunchtime maybe. Lunchtime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid rain.
Now with the second coat of boot stripe paint nice and dry, I can finally transfer down the 6 inches back down that we marked on the very first day up to this tape, get the tape off, finish fairing what's on this line, and move along. And here we go, bottom paint. Oh, what a joy, what a joy, what a joy. Oh, while we're here, you'll just notice the echo of an old zinc that used to be here. And for years, I would bolt a zinc to this bronze rudder. And I've since decided that there is the possibility of over-zinking. And I believe that just a couple of zincs on the stainless steel propeller shaft is all this boat wants. I am sure, like any controversial topic, that will start all kinds of debate, and I cherish it. Oh yeah, how's it going there, Lady Zephyrus?
Well, I don't know what people are complaining about, because this paint is just fine. It's not too thick. It doesn't dry up too fast. I still think it's just as good as the other one.
What she's talking about is there's a debate on the internet that the CA version of the Micron CSC is really hard to work with, very, very, very thick.
And I need to keep going.
Am I in your way?
You're in my way.
Okay. And well, good morning. We seem to have a run of dry weather, which is a huge boon because it was looking pretty bad for a while. Okay, I've sanded out the last of the fairing. So now, last run of primer, sand the whole hull, and get some topside paint on. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, boat is fully primed. It's just drying up now, and we'll gear up for our first coat of topside paint. Just putting the upper tape on the boot stripe, which Lady Zephyrus is doing right now, and then I'll run around and I'll sand the whole hull just very, very lightly with 150, just to fair out all the primer and everything, and then we'll dust, and wow, we're getting close. Good weather makes such a difference. Art! That's quite something, isn't it? Should frame that. Okay. Woo! I like it. Going to the trouble of getting this nice and fair has really, really, really paid off. What do you think, Lady Zephyrus?
I do a paint check. Any
Paint check?
on the face?
No, you're actually completely free of paint.
I know.
And your hair too.
Yeah?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Amazing.
Well done. That's the shiny, shiny sheen. Whew. All right, let this dry. Quick sand tomorrow. Then we get to pull the tape. It's so fun to pull the tape. Isn't it your favorite thing? You know what I just figured out? The folks at home aren't going to get to see us pull the tape this week.
Because
It's Friday.
and we can't pull it till tomorrow.
And we can't pull it till tomorrow, which makes it next week's episode. Talk about a real-time show, eh?
That's a tape hanger.
Yeah, that's a tape hanger. So tune in to Travels with Geordie next week to see the tape come off and the boat get launched and all kinds of good things like that. Well, hello there, and welcome to the Travels with Geordie Beer of the Week, yet again from the boatyard, where we're up on the hard doing a haul out on MV Zephyrus. This is to placate Finnegan because in a minute he's going to bark a lot when we open the beer. Anyway, both dogs seem to be enjoying a treat.
Yeah, we like
What kind of week has this been?
Mother Nature has been in control.
Yeah, it rained a lot, and that's very frustrating. You lose work, you back up, it's just utterly
They
miserable.
kept changing the forecast like on the hour.
It was
like, oh no,
terrible.
it's gonna rain a little more. Just a little more.
How about we drink and then tell the good folks why we're enjoying this beer?
The name of this beer, believe it or not, is Zephyrus. This is from Propolis Brewing, so it's brewed with honey
In
Port Townsend.
Port Townsend, basically the mecca of all things wooden boat.
And this beer was made in 2021.
Wow, so it's
Wild crafted.
It's well crafted. And we picked it up there when we were at the boat festival last fall.
Yes.
So you've been waiting for
I've been
this
waiting
day.
for the Haulout.
And this very, very day, because this day is...
7 years of home aboard
That's right.
MV Zephyrus.
Lady Zephyrus bought Zephyrus exactly 7 years ago today and has been living
crazy.
aboard ever since. What a great home.
7 amazing years.
And now we've spent a couple of days, well, a week, and we're not done yet, making your home even more secure. Wow. Finnegan is doing well.
Yeah.
You want me to do this while you do that?
Okay,
Just
here we go.
ready? Ready?
Yeah, yay!
He didn't even notice.
Didn't even notice. Oh no, there needs a bottle opener.
What? Oh my gosh! Will you look at this?
I'll
Full
look at it.
credit to Propolis Brewing in Port Townsend for their Zephyrus. Not only is there a cap, there's a cork.
Cork. It's a cork.
Wow!
Maybe you're a bad dog.
Thank you. Lady Zephyrus, is it okay if I go ahead with this?
Yes. You
Okay. Well,
to go ahead with this. We have no idea what this is going to be like.
I have never ever seen a beer with a cork. The cork under the cap. Anyway, that is super cool.
Whoa.
There you go.
Get out of there.
Okay.
It's like, what?
Zephyrus from
Okay.
Propolis Brewing in Port Townsend.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Okay.
cheers to 7 years aboard Zephyrus. Congratulations.
7 years.
Sure.
I like it.
That's not your everyday beer.
Yeah.
I
Very
really,
special.
I sense honey.
It's honey.
Am I just guessing?
No,
No.
it's honey. It's honey.
That, I sense honey in that.
That is yummy.
That's fantastic. We actually went to the brewery in Port Townsend, which had a lovely room where they were playing blues music and a big couch. It's a fantastic. If you get to Port Townsend, there are many breweries to check out. Don't miss this one because it was really fun.
Very special place.
Very special.
Different kind of beer.
What's that?
Different kind of beer.
Different kind of beer. Let me jump really quick through some paperwork. And that is to give a t-shirt away to last week's winner of a Travels with Geordie t-shirt, who is Gary Shearer 0. Congratulations, Gary. You've won yourself a Travels with Geordie t-shirt. Send me off an email at swag@travelswithgeordie.com and we'll make sure you get your shirt. I'd also like to thank 2 new Patreons that came aboard in the last little while, and that is Motor Vessel Jolly Mon. Thank you ever so much, those aboard the Jolly Mon, as well as Bill Botham. Again, thank you very much, Bill. Cheers to you both.
Oh, cheers.
Oh, cheers. Also, some support came through on PayPal. And these are regular supporters, but I want to give them credit because they come through very regularly. And they are Eyes of Phil Art. Thank you ever so much. As well as Paul Beglane. Eyes of Phil Art. It's
Sounds like a song.
I know, it's fantastic. Anyway, as well as Paul Beglane, thank you to both of you again for your continuing support.
Thank you.
One last toast to your home,
Yay.
Motor Vessel Zephyrus. 7 years, congratulations.
Thank you.
Which is as good a segue as any into this week's Word of the Week, which will be...
Home.
There you go. Well, if you'd like to win yourself a Travels with Geordie t-shirt, simply use the word home in a comment down below, and I'll pick it random over the next week or so's worth of comments, and if I pick you, you'll have won yourself a Travels with Geordie t-shirt. And at that point, I'll congratulate you. You'd think I'd remember how to do this. See you next week!
Cheers.
Cheers!